I'm David Brustein, and I'm an attorney. I've been practicing and living in Hawaii for 28 years. We're here today to kick off the new LGBT Center in Honolulu. It is a project of the LGBT Legacy Foundation. We're here celebrating a pre-opening. It's the Founding Donors Construction Hard Hat Party. Some VIPs and people that have been in Hawaii for a long time come in early before the opening and before we're finished with the room, so everyone can sort of be vested in the project with us. The hat that I'm wearing, well, it's got our new logo on it, the LGBT Center logo, and it's in honor of our construction party. My motto for the evening is "The road to success is always under construction." So this is the beginning of hopefully our success. We've been working on the project for several years, and we've been raising money and forming a federal 501c3 and a state nonprofit and raising the funds to do this. The reception in the community has been great. And so we're really pleased about that. Everyone is excited that Hawaii is going to have a center again. Well, the last center failed for a number of reasons. Hawaii in the 90s, you have to sort of know a little bit about the history, but Hawaii in the 90s, we lost the Kohio district because the land values in Waikiki were so high. We got outflanked on the same-sex marriage issue, and Hawaii lost its mojo, and the center wasn't well funded. And so at the end, they were solely dependent on the tobacco grant money for the last few years of operation. And they didn't vest themselves in the community and really network with everyone and make the community part of the center. And so when that grant money dried up, the center didn't have a plan B. And so we're going to hopefully learn from that history. And we're going to, one of our goals, and no donation is too small, no donation is too big, but one of our goals is to have an auto debit PayPal program where we're asking people, 200 to 250 people, to donate $10 a month. And if we could do that, that's 2 Starbucks a month. That's how we're selling it to people. And if people will give up 2 Starbucks a month for an LGBT center in Honolulu, and we can get 200 to 250 people, we can be self-sustaining, and that will cover our rent, our insurances, our internet, all of our operating expenses. I became a board member because I'm originally from New York. I've lived in New York, Miami, Los Angeles, and every major city has an LGBT center. And I think it's important for the community to help network and bring the groups together and to bring the people together and have cohesion in our planning and in our networking. We got a random call from someone on Maui 2 weeks ago, a woman whose sister is gay, and she heard what we were doing, and she sent us $1,000, and it's random acts of kindness like that motivate us and that let us know we're on the right track. It took us about 1.5 years to get in this space. It's owned by the state, and we had to go through a long, arduous process to get in here. There were some issues about an LGBT group coming in here, but we overcame those obstacles, and we satisfied everyone. And I'm being diplomatic here. We had to go for DLNR approval, Department of Land and Natural Resources approval, and the day we went for our approval was the day that the Senate was approving the same-sex marriage bill. And so everyone was fighting across the street from where we were, and we scooted in under the radar and got unanimous approval. Then we had the option to make our lease date whenever we wanted it, and we asked that the lease be effective the date the governor signed the same-sex marriage bill, November 13th of 2013, because we thought that was just great synergy. In the near future, we're just going to be open to groups because we don't have a volunteer executive director yet, and we can't afford one yet. If we can get several volunteers who want to help us, we would love to be a drop-in center for people to come in Monday through Friday or 7 days a week and use the facility. Otherwise, the room is going to be booked by groups on a first-come, first-served basis, and they'll have exclusive use of the room during their time that they're booked here. That's going to be our initial rollout. And then we hope to expand from there. The Legacy Foundation, which is the sponsor of the LGBT Center, has 4 missions in its mission statement. And one is the center, one is programs for the youth, and we're rolling out some grants this year. Then we have a project for the elderly. We're going to have some services, but we don't want to duplicate what other groups are already doing. We want to just help facilitate.